Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today, welcome back to another part of Alternative Future of the World. So yeah, here we are in the next episode of the Alternative Future of the World, and I'm happy. So yeah, um, today, um, like last video, we're doing the Alternative Future of the World. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. New war, yes, we have Turkey invading Syria. So yeah, they do have a demilitarized zone. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they've done it yet, but it is like 2026. So yeah, that thing. And so yeah, let's just see this invasion. Syria gets absolutely smacked because they're in a civil war and stuff like that. But then something happens. If we look over in the alliance map, we can see that they're in alliance with Lebanon, Iran, and themselves. Which means if we go back to this map, I don't know, hopefully it's working. Yes, okay. If we go back to this map, we could see that three countries are not at war with um Turkey. So yeah, Syria gets completely smacked around, so smacked around that they can't even think, and their government just dies after capturing the capital. And yeah, it didn't really go well for them. Nah, Lebanon gets smacked. But while that all happens, we had Iran pushing in into Turkey because they were spearheading. Yeah, that is the border because they were so focused in the south down here that they didn't focus over here. So yeah, we have the Turkey as the Turkish people arriving to the scene, and we have them just like absolutely wrecking them because like they're full military. There's only like probably like 1,000 troops here, but with down here there was 20, like probably close to a million. But yeah, close to a million troops. They go up, and now they're there, and they got smacked. And we kind of see a stalemate because Iran was kind of expecting this. They were like, okay, as soon as they come up, they're gonna absolutely dominate us. So it's kind of like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so finally, Turkey kicks them out, and that's cool. And then they start an invasion. Come on. So yeah, they start their invasion of Iran, and it's like a cool thing. But we're just gonna ignore the giant mountain up here. All the mountain. We're gonna ignore them all and say, haha, tanks. Um, we're gonna see some people with guns running through the mountains. Yes, cool. So yeah, we have them spearheading down, and Turkey, like we saw in World War II, Germany was trying to get all the way to Moscow and they lost supplies. They're starting to lose supplies because that's, if you think about it, that's a long way. So yeah, um, yeah, no. So now, um, the Irons are right there, so they're just about to, yeah. So the Turks get completely pushed out in the south, and so bad that they just get pushed up to the border. And they both, Iran and Turkey, both decide that this war is going absolute nowhere. It's just going to be back and forth between Turkey and Iran. So now we can see official peace treaty. Looking at the peace treaty here, we can see that that's not good because Turkey just annexed a bunch of people that doesn't want to be annexed. So yeah, Turkey annexes Syria and Lebanon, and they get a little bit of land out of Iran. So yeah, big war up next. Yeah, when I said big war, I meant big war. So yeah, United States, China, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Philippines, Australia, and North Korea have all just went to war. So yeah, let's just get straight into this big war. Honestly, this is ginormous. So yeah, down here in Taiwan, Japan, China, China completely takes over the entire island. I just woke up, guys. You can't hurt me. So yeah, South Korea gets absolutely slapped. And yeah, it started to look like the first Korean War, but where they go down like they invade up into here, and then they're like the United States and others just like do 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 do. Oh yeah, so cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looking at Navy here, we can see that China has a good defense all over their coast, but the U.S. is here now, and they're about to flow in troops through here, and yeah, it's not really gonna look good for them. Speaking of not looking good, Japan and others take over all of Taiwan, which is good for like them. Over here in the Korean Peninsula, we can see that the North Koreans get completely pushed out, and they get naval superiority. One day I will be able to speak normally in the morning, and when I do, I will be very, very happy. We do see the Quad V2 push towards China's coast, and yeah, that's really not looking good for China because now their navy is cut off. North Korea is dead. They launch nukes in the ocean that hits a tidal wave, and and it's not good. They shot a nuke right off the coast. Like they shot 4 nukes right off the coast of North Korea, and that just tidal waved North Korea. So I don't know where that was going, but Kim Jong Un. We do see the Quad V2 land in the Chinese coast, taking major cities, and yeah, it's really not looking good. Really not looking good because now they're pushing through and capturing more waters. They try and spearhead to get an operation towards Hayden, and it goes successfully. And yeah, so Hayden Island, that's cool. And then they get completely captured, sneaking up the coast of China. China completely folds on their thing, and yeah, China, you're really not looking good. North Korea, your best pal is dying. That sounds kind of sad, but North Korea deserves to die after every. Don't put me on the FBI watch list, North Korea, please. I'm a good man. Please don't do that to me. Okay, so yeah, we have North Korea, um, the entire peninsula being won over by the Quad V2, and we have them. Hold on. We have them invading up into China, but not that much. Until we see a big thing happen. Wait, that's the wrong. Rebels in China rises up and says, "Y'all, we've." I sounded so southern right there. Um, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am, so it's cool. So yeah, they're like, China, we want to watch YouTube so bad, so we can go subscribe to Mason Plays 200, and we want cool government. So the Republicans rise up, and then we also have um Tibet rising up because they're like, we don't like you, China. Xinjiang definitely is gonna rise up because they've been doing the no stuff up here, which is interesting. But yeah, Xinjiang rises up, and yeah, China has just full blown civil war, and the blue team is now like a third party. So yeah, so we do see the blue team, aka Quad V2, push up into China, but that's as far as they want it. I mean, they might be able to like side with the Republicans and like try and stop the Chinese government. But these two guys, they're like here to be here. God, you saw absolutely nothing. They're like here to be here, they don't want to expand as much. They already got their government. So they're like gonna stay like that and try and hold out from the Chinese. While the Republicans, on the other hand, they're gonna try and take over the entire Chinese government by swiftly taking over the farmers and the fields and all that places. We even have U.S. military here helping them out. So yeah, that's cool for them. This civil war gets so bad that Manchuria breaks away from China, bro. Like, what is this? Like, China, you are dead. I'm sorry, but you have officially died. You can't live anymore. You're not allowed to. So yeah, they swiftly go over and take Beijing, and it's basically waiting for China to collapse. I mean, they do unite their front with the blue team, so now they annex all that. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so yeah, they do annex all the Chinese territory, but not in Manchuria. I don't know why that's colored in. Hold. Okay, so yeah, China is being completely folded. I mean, there is no way with the combined force of all of the the Quad V2 in this giant rebel group. They're just closing in. They know that the communist China won't be able to survive. And yeah, it's all over. They capture like no major cities, and boom, that was a different approach to the war. Out of nowhere, that happened. So yeah, Manchuria is kind of like a weird state. So um, the Republicans do invade Manchuria before they even get to establish it. You know, this is the one thing I hate about Paint.net. So yeah, they push into Manchuria with no to little to no resistance, because you know it's a rebel group, and now they have all Manchuria. So yeah, guys, see you guys after the peace treaty. Wait, that's the wrong. You know, sometimes I'm just sad. Wait, no. Look at the peace treaty here. We can see that Xinjiang and Tibet get released with South Korea annexing North Korea, and now Taiwan is an independent country, and now we have the um new thing, Taiwan uniting with the Republic of China. So now if we look over here, hello, is it updated? Okay, there it is. Uh, um, just making sure. So yeah, no longer the Quad V2. Now we have the formation of the PDO alliance with the Republic of China joining and Tibet joining. So as not Malaysia, Indonesia joining. So yeah, um, Iran, I realized doesn't have an alliance anymore. Oh yeah, so I forgot to do this, but Iran forms a new alliance with Iraq because you know that's cool, and yeah. Well, now we have a thing happening. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Um. So yeah. That's cool. And immediately Sudan joins this war. So it was the South Sudan. And I didn't color this in, but the East African Federation decides to join in on this war because you know we hate you. Yeah. So we do see Eritrea join this. So Djibouti doesn't join this because they have like military bases for everybody. Um. Then we have Somalia joining this quickly with Somaliland breaking away and joining the blue team. So yeah, big war in East Africa. So yeah, I mean Egypt and Sudan versus like a bunch of East Africa. That's difficult. So yeah, let's just get straight into the war. So we have Egypt making a landing in Eritrea. So also we have Sudanese troops pushing into Eritrea, and they also crossed the border into Ethiopia. Ethiopia wasn't really ready for this, and also by the way, Eritrea capitulates. Speaking of capitulates, Somalia capitulates. But no need to fear, the Sudanese are here, and they're about to push in to South Sudan, and they're about to maybe get all their reclaimed lands, but I don't know how that would work, and I think they would break away again. So yeah, poor Sudan. won't be able to get their land back. But yeah, they do invade a little bit into South Sudan, and they invaded Ethiopia, taking the capital of Ethiopia. They had this all planned out. Egypt and Sudan were like, okay, we got to do this thing, so we're gonna do it thing, and yeah. Now the East African Federation is here, now pushing back in South Sudan. So yeah, this war looks like it's going very, very good for the red team. Yeah, Somalia is gone, but like, I mean, it's Somalia. So, yeah, that thing. So we do see an encirclement type thing being made, but it doesn't really pan out in time. And like, as they're about to like crush these peeps, they like secretly come in and crush them. So yeah, with the capital retaken, with the capital retaken, we have Ethiopia being more stabilized, and yeah, um, South Sudan is pushing back the Sudanese because with the help of East Africa, they can push back. So yeah, but then that does lead. Blah, blah, blah. I like I said, one day I will be able to speak in the morning. Over here in Ethiopia, we can see the big advancement being made, and we have the capturing of the like they're trying to like I you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to like go down, and they're gonna try and wrap around with the help of Somalia, and then like do that, and then make that part of Ethiopia surrender. I think that's what they're trying to do. But yeah, with that new front right there, they can get a little bit of stuff out of that, so they can get some people to be like, hey, Somaliland, no more. So yeah, they are like bringing Somalia back, kind of, and they start like carrying Somalia at this point. Like they have the entire state of Somaliland. That's a coincidence, but yeah. Now we have them pushing back and back and back and back until we have this front. So yeah, we can see that Egypt and Sudan are kind of like soloing East Africa right now, but yeah. We do see East Africa push a little bit in Sudan, but this is short lived. Right after the Sudanese reposition some troops, and they're crashing back down on them. And yeah, they do, do some like war crimey stuff, killing civilians, but that gets the civilians dead, and now there's no pushback. So yeah, that's the Sudanese trick. Yeah, so over here in Ethiopia, we can kind of start seeing the formation of it. We have Somalia almost completely coming back, and for this work to work, Somalia has to completely come back, but also the spearhead has to hold out in time for Somalia to come back. So yeah, that's cool. Ethiopia is probably never gonna dam the Nile ever again because the only reason for this war, that why Egypt declared war on Ethiopia, was because they were gonna dam the Nile, and that's big sad for them, and also big sad for Sudan. So yeah, that's why they like invaded them. So yeah, as they're pushing down, they kind of meet the spot, and now they can start doing their encirclement. And yes, a thingy went well for them, which is good, good, good. So yeah, and now with Somalia completely back, we do see a little advancement into Kenya, but it's not that much. It's just a little push in. And yeah, now we see the complete encirclement, and they immediately reinforce on both sides. And this basically knocks out Ethiopia, because who's going to go save these guys? As they slowly but surely start pushing in. But it is going to take a little bit because there is a lot of troops here, and there was a big encirclement. So yeah, that stays like that for now. This southern half gets annexed by the red team, and they start pushing in to Kenya once again. So yeah, East Africa realizes this is not going to go well if we lose Ethiopia and South Sudan. That's basically over. So yeah, but they still fight anyways. They fight and fight and fight until they recapture some land in South Sudan. I mean not South Sudan. Sudan is sending over troops in like Ethiopia and Somalia and stuff like that, but they're also sending a lot of troops down here in that thing to get their former land that was apparently rightfully theirs. But yeah, they won it fair and square. But yeah, they keep pushing into South Sudan until South Sudan's government decides, you know what, I'm out. So yeah, they surrender, and now we have a full scale invasion of like everybody. Over here in Ethiopia, we can see the encirclement getting cracked down and destroyed until it's completely destroyed. Now we have troops over here in Ethiopia getting sent down to the front line in East Africa. And yeah, it's pretty cool for them, because they're invading and invading is cool for them. It's been 20 minutes. Oh my god, I gotta end this video. I've only done 3 wars, yo. Okay, so yeah. They push around and they bully until they realize, okay, yeah, we're never gonna win this war. They have so much land. So yeah, peace treaty time. Looking at the peace treaty here, because Sudan annexes South Sudan. I don't know how that's gonna go for them, but whatever. Yeah. So that's cool for them. They annex some land out of.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Excuse me? I don't know if Alexa's. I activated. Turn off. Unplug. Okay. Yep. We're all good now. We're all fine. Okay. So yeah. So like I was saying, they annex all of South Sudan. Oh, I thought Alexa turned on again. They annex all of South Sudan. They annex a little pieces of Ethiopia. They also get a lot of northern parts of Eritrea, and Somalia gets some land out of Ethiopia. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked this video. Let's just go over what has happened. Turkey went to war with Iran's alliance and annexed Syria and Lebanon. We'll take a little bit of out of Iran, and then Iran did that little thing with forming an alliance with Iraq. Then we had the formation of the PDO and the Chinese Civil War, and also the Taiwan Chinese Civil War. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button. We have been recording for 22 minutes, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. And also, by the way, Harold in comments, subscribe.